Hello, dear spectators. The topic of our media presentation is the famine of 1920s. So why did we choose this particular topic?
To us, it seems as the first widespread hunger turned out to be with no attention and proper research, which is very hard to believe.
So let's learn more about history's vital tragedy.
On the Kazakh land, the terms jute and famine were very prevalent even before the period that we'll tell you about now. The first famine was very damaging. By the time span of 1990 and 1922, every Kazakhstani citizen of each region was included. Main reasons are natural disasters such as drought. In addition, the illiterate policy of the ruling power had played its role, namely the policy of the military communism. Considering that the amount of bread in that time was very low, the great emphasis was made on the livestock confiscation from the local dwellers. Eventually, due to the increased mortality and exodus, the population of Kazakhstan has decreased almost by 1 million people. A large ex-Soviets and those who served in the Soviet government had a great impact on the fight against famine. Through the relentless work of Seydkali Mendishev, Turar Raskulov, Mirjakup Dulatov, Jusibek Aymautov, Mukhtar Awezov, Saken Sifulin, and other intelligentsia representatives, the Kazakh nation was literally rescued from the famine. Desiring to save the population, lives of thousands of people, they beat the alarm, wrote diverse letters to the higher government's organs, Central Committee, and begged for help. They directed all of their forces to open the canteen for hungry people and provide minimum subsistence for them. The famine of 1916, 1918, and 1921-1922 were highlighted more in the Journal of Periodic Print compared to the famine of 1931 and 1933. It was written in Bostandық туы, Қазақ тілі, Ақжол, Қызыл Қазақстан publications.
For some reason, when we talked about the steppe famine, the famine of the 30s comes to mind immediately, but in Kazakhstan it was the second tragic case. The first was in 1990 and 1922. Therefore, when it comes up to famine, it should be divided into the first and second period. The first famine was as terrifying as the second one. Disaster touched more on the southern region, although it participated in one way or another in all countries that Kazakhstan had access to. If in the 30s of the last century, losses of population were equal to 1.2 million, then in the first famine about 1 people died. So Kazakhs indeed have lost about half of population in just 10-15 years. World history doesn't know a tragedy of that range, and every Kazakh is simply obliged to have a respect and remember about this tragedy.
No one here gets out alive.